this case is taking a little bit long. How can you be so mean? I would never... I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined. Dougie is back.
Hello?
Hello!
Sure. Don't drag the witness down. Oh.
Maya, this is why I called you. Why am I being demonized here? Stop demonizing my sister! She is not a demon! They're ignoring me.
I'm sorry, but the phone you are currently using is starting to malfunction.
No, it's not. What?
It will when I smash you with this hammer.
What? Is that a threat?
No!
Wait, you're going to smash Mia or the phone?
The phone!
Okay, then.
It's broken now.
Go on, witness. It is not broken. You didn't even come near the phone. I don't think. So... Okay. Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? That was a very delayed reaction, but in other words, the defendant never touched the victim. Is that right?
I did. Any other questions?
I press her for no reason. I just know the judge will get angry at me. Maya, can you press the, witness, because they can't do anything to you because you're in a phone. I will show a contradiction. Feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne, so let's drop them, shall we?
Huh? I don't know what you're saying, but it sounds funny.
What do you mean it sounds funny? I'm just trying to sound like Mia.
You don't sound like her at all.
Not my voice, the way that I speak. And the words that
I'm sorry. Did I insult you? Sodium is not good for you. You should not consume too much sodium.
You speak from personal experience, I'm guessing? Just continue your testimony. And answer the question.
What's the question?
Don't play dumb. My sister's told me all about you. So,
I'm not. Mr. Payne is dead.
Mr. Payne is right there, so just say your line.
Mr. Payne is
No!
dead.
No! Dougie is dead. Now read your line. Editor, cut the video. Make sure you cut the video to the part where Dougie actually reads his line.
Miss Day, I'm sorry it took so long, but I will not allow you to badger witness.
What?
Ah! Father!
Sister! what does it mean to badger the witness?
Huh?
What does it mean to badger the witness? I don't know the lawyer terms. That's when you press them too much, right?
No, it's when you go to the store.
Okay, that's definitely wrong. I'm continuing.
And release it on them. It's when you ask them too many questions, you silly. Anyway, I put to the fences and it's why? Why is that funny?
We're never going to finish.
Anyhow, fishing. She's fishing, obviously.
Yes. Whatever. Good enough. We'll move on.
That is she has nothing. Don't glare at me!
Now then, Miss Hawthorne. I don't know what's going on in the case. I don't know how to point out a contradiction. The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. Okay, the defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did in fact push the victim. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did in fact push the victim. And I definitely know what I'm talking about.
Huh? Sure you do.
There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth. Hello. There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw.
Don't worry!
What? Was
Okay,
that a good impression of the judge, Mia?
No, I'll revise the testimony.
See, she thinks I'm the judge.
Wait, what?
Nothing. That was me talking and not the judge. The judge wasn't saying anything, so I decided that I would try to move the trial along so that I can watch my show.
Oh. Maya. I'll call you back later, okay, Maya?
Wait, what?
Maya, go watch your show. I'll call you back later.
It's not on yet.
Okay, then you can go when it comes on.
Okay. Looks like we're finally getting somewhere. Okay. It was the right thing, just the wrong piece of testimony. You didn't hear any noise. Is that correct?
I don't know what to say.
Dramatic hair flip.
Can you move the screen over? I actually couldn't read my line.
Oh. That's nice. But I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise. If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear that this noise as well?
I was not listening.
No.
That's right.
But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise, like a... Maya? Like a snap. Like... I don't know how to snap, actually. Like, make that kind of snap. I know how to snap, but just, like, not. I don't have anything... Snap. That's not a snap. That's a bang.
I've had a... Okay.
There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression. Even though it was just pretty much the sound that we make every day.
I just broke a pencil.
Banging our hands against the desk. But just pretend that Maya did have the tools necessary to make an actual snapping noise without actually breaking something. And that's... yeah.
Wait. Oh, it's not loud enough. Poop. Okay, whatever. I don't care at this point. Sure. I know why I didn't hear. The truth is, I had my headphones on. I was listening to the music. Thank you. Both your ears recovered? Ring.
I would recommend reading the entire line.
But it seemed Thor wasn't ready for his son to end. This guy was very scary. And
I would recommend you read your entire lines.
so this guy continued the flash and rumble. It was so horrible.
Thunder and lightning.
Yeah, I'm afraid of the thunder. I put my headphones on to block it out. Yeah, ha 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 ha. See? As you can see, there are contradictions. I didn't
Okay.
have coffee.
Yes. Wait a sec. Mia, that testimony just now. She said something that could totally change this case. Your Honor, there's a problem with the witness's testimony.
Why?
Don't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct?
Yeah.
Well, lightning is actually a large a large...
Discharge!
Thank you. A large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right? I knew what the word was. The issue was I couldn't pronounce it because I am horrible at speaking.
It's okay!
Who are you, by the way, random voice?
You answered that question already. Now that it's time for the science lesson.
No, wait, actually, can you continue? I have a test tomorrow.
Let's see. Science, 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 science.
Okay, I'll
Get all
just
that?
go and watch Game Theory. I know you'll help me with science. After the trial. And the Steel Samurai. The Steel Samurai comes first, and then studying. Or not studying by watching Game Theory. Which Mia claims is not real studying, but I say differently. Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, the cause of death was electrocution. Isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning?
I must admit that had not occurred to me. I have never have thought that.
Have you ever thought anything, Judge?
I heard that. And the answer is no, I haven't.
This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, the victim of a stray bolt.
It appears the defense may be onto something. That's just accidental.
Sure. Right, you did it, Mia. I'll be taking that not killing.
Ha ha ha. Ha ha. I'm hurt.
What? Sure. Huh?
I'm not fool.
Okay, really quickly. We found that there were no lightning strikes on the day of... Wait, I can't... So, on the day of that location. What? What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case. Evidence, Mr. Payne? Well, what is this evidence? This affidavit.
You have to use these as regular headphones.
And who's this affidavit from? The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their lab that day. That sounds like his voice. Allow me to read to the court the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3:00 p.m. that day. Was the blackout? All of the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor. So you're saying that the equipment lost power because... Precisely. They lost power because of a severed electrical cable. I know, he sounds like Larry. I was thinking that too. I got his voice for like a split second and then it just went right back to Larry.
Power outage occurred at 3:09. Which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy. Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. According to...
Way to end off your argument.
They're planning on having them replaced. Okay. Apparently...
Wait, one second.
I'm getting tired of it.
Okay, Dougie is apparently tired of the judge, as I just found out. Okay, I'm going to be the judge for the remainder of the trial because I read faster. Anyways, okay. Case in point, this.
Smallest bomb and causing the break.
Okay. However, there's one thing that troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have snapped if it had been bumped into, correct? Well, I suppose you could say that... Miss Faye, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable? Your Honor, I don't like how this is looking one bit. I have to come up with something to try to regain some momentum. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion. Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? Phoenix! Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony. The defendant's testimony. He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a large, sharp noise. Now, this happened around 3 p.m., correct? Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that? The lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits right in with Mr. Wright's timeline. In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage. Wait.
Yes, we came to the same conclusion. It was the shock that caused the electrocution. That caused the death.
Wait, the shock caused the electrocution?
The shock.
I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne.
Why are you afraid?
Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See
I
the
don't
umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right. The victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break. Well, that makes sense. And then the victim was electrocuted? I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no, it doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by this severed cable in the foreground here. In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim. Order in the court. The lamentations of my enemy. How long have I longed to hear that?
That was scary.
For a year? When you first told me that. That was a rhetorical question. But yes, 1 year. It's true. The defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be any way the defendant could...
Can I say something, Judge?
No.
Okay. She said something different than I remember it.
What the?
Please, just once more. I need to testify.
Of course it's alright. Just go right ahead and give your new testimony. This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors. Okay.
The first time is into the electrical pole, and then that's when the cable broke. And Dahlia tried to run away. Matheny caught up and pushed him. And the cable snapped, and Dougie got electrocuted. And it happened in a minute.
You got electrocuted? Why?
Sure.
So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away. I didn't mean to...
I'm sorry, Payne. I had to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I...
Stop trying to play innocent.
Sure.
Now then, Miss Faye,
you're
you
the
may
judge,
proceed
you're
with the
judge.
cross-examination. I'm not used to this. We'll go back to normal the next case. We just kind of... We want to get back to Maya and Phoenix because they're funny together. We think it was.
They are.
Truth is...
Won't be their conversations.
I don't know if it's... It's probably not going to work because it's very, Oh, no, it did work. That's enough, witness.
I don't understand.
What else is new? You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture?
Wait, I'm about to tell you what else is new. That medicine. That one likes.
It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m. Yes, and your point is, Miss Faye? My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping?
Well, according to the testimony, answer is clear. It was 2:50.
Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow. Hi, this is Maya. We're cutting this video up because I want to speed this trial up. Thanks for watching, Farrell.